My child, stop and listen. Do not scroll. Do not delay. This is not random. This is not an algorithm. This is not coincidence. Heaven is interrupting your silence. I am Jesus, your Lord, your Creator, your Redeemer, and I am closer than your breath right now. Heaven has declared an emergency over your life. These minutes are holy. They are set apart for you. I am not warning you to frighten you. I am pleading to awaken you, to protect you, to pull you back under the shelter of my wings before the wind that is gathering finds you uncovered. I am not speaking to everyone. I am speaking to you. Yes, you. The one who has been smiling in rooms while your throat feels heavy. The one who stands in the shower so the sound of the water hides your quiet panic. The one who turns the light off and stares into the darkness, eyes burning, mind racing, chest trembling, saying in a whisper even you can barely hear, "God, I can't keep doing this." I heard that whisper. I counted each breath you took between sobs. I watched you wipe tears before anyone could see. Your pillow knows, your car seat knows, your bathroom mirror knows, and I, the one who formed you, have seen every hidden tear. Listen to me. I have leaned in through the noise to touch this exact moment. Heaven is still. The angels are watching. Your heart is trembling because my presence is close, because I am confirming, I am speaking to you. That warmth in your spirit, that pause in your scrolling, that sense that someone is finally naming what you have carried, these are not accidents. They are the touch of my hand, drawing you from distraction into safety. You have been fighting a battle you do not post. Quiet panic that rises without warning. Secret grief over what you lost and what you fear you may still lose. Private pressure to be strong when you are tired of performing strong. The exhaustion in your eyes when you smile anyway. The racing of your mind at night when the world goes quiet and the thoughts grow loud. The heaviness sitting on your chest like a stone. I have seen it. I have felt the weight with you. I have stood beside your bed while you prayed with no words left. I have listened when you said nothing because the ache said everything. Hear me. I interrupt you now, not to shame you, not to accuse you, but to shield you. I am placing my hand upon the door of your days and saying, pause, pay attention. The window I have opened for your protection and your breakthrough is here now. Certain doors do not stay open forever. There is a countdown you cannot see with your eyes, but your spirit feels it. An urgency, a thinning of the moment, a holy pressure to choose life, to choose light, to choose truth. Obey me now. Stay with me now. Do not look away. You say, Lord, why so urgent? Because I have watched the slow drain of your strength. I have seen how you retreat into silence when the ache spikes. I have seen how the enemy aims at your breath and your sleep, at your mind and your focus, trying to keep you isolated, numbed, and quiet. He will do anything to distract you in these next few minutes. Anything to pull you back into the swirl so you miss the rescue I am placing in your hands. Do not let distraction steal what I am delivering. Do not let fear negotiate away your freedom. Do not let comfort whisper, you have time. My child, time is precious. This is mercy arriving on time. I am not distant. My silence in other moments was not absence. Even when I waited with purpose. But this moment is different. This is intervention. This is the shepherd stepping onto the path to stop the wandering before the cliff. This is the Father calling your name with a tone you cannot ignore because danger is near and love will not watch you walk away. I come as your defender. I come as your peace. I come as your light. Let me speak to your body where the war has left signals, the tightness in your throat that makes it hard to pray. I lift it, the flutter in your chest that feels like fear is crouching at the door. I steady it, the burning behind your eyes from nights without rest. I see you, the loop of thoughts that will not release you at 2 a.m. I am here to cut the cords. Breathe with me, slowly. Inhale my peace. Exhale the panic. Whisper, Jesus, I am listening. I am listening too. I am bending low to meet you here. Do not measure this moment by what you understand. Measure it by who I am. I am the one who has carried you in storms you could not name. I am the one who kept you when shame said you were beyond keeping. I am the one who turned arrows into testimony and scars into stories that will heal others. I am faithful. I am ready to move now, but I require your yes. Your attention is your yes. Your staying is your yes. Your surrender is your yes. Each second of obedience opens a floodgate you cannot open by yourself. You have asked me for a sign. This is that sign. You have asked me for clarity. I am promising you clarity. Stay until the end of this message, and I will name what the battle is really about. I will expose what the enemy has been using to wear you down, and I will give you the exact response that shuts the door to harm. I will show you how to step out of the shadows into protection, but you must not run from this light. You must not excuse away the ache or bury it under another hour of distraction. Stay, listen, receive. Lift your eyes, my beloved. I am not angry with you. I am fighting for you. The warning you feel is love. The urgency you sense is rescue. The weight on your chest is lifting even now because my hand is upon you. Let my voice cut through the fog. Let my nearness break the lie that you are alone. You are not alone. You are mine. And because you are mine, I interrupt what hurts you. Because you are mine, I close the door the enemy hoped you would leave cracked. Because you are mine, I am here, and I will not let this moment pass without giving you what you asked for: direction, protection, and the first keys to your breakthrough. Do not scroll. Do not delay. Hold your ground in this holy interruption. By the time these minutes end, you will know what to confront, what to refuse, and what to do first. I am with you in this silence, breaking it with my voice. Listen. Obey. Live. My child, let me come closer. I saw the tears you wiped before anyone could notice. I watched you lean into a mirror and practice a steadier face. I watched you pull your shoulders back, breathe twice, and step into rooms that did not know you were bleeding under your smile. I saw you laugh at the joke and pass the plate and answer the email while your heart was whispering, "Hold on a little longer." I saw you carry others with a tenderness you rarely offer yourself. I saw you leave the table, go to the restroom, press a napkin to your eyes, and return as if nothing cracked. I saw the after-midnight drive where you turned the music up so your own crying wouldn't startle you. I saw the morning you sat on the edge of your bed, dizzy with dread for no reason you could name. I saw it all, and I did not look away. I know the sudden spikes in your chest that feel like alarms with no fire. I know the waves of dread that roll in while you are washing dishes or standing in line. How your stomach drops when your phone vibrates because you expect bad news. I know the exhaustion of a mind that will not quiet, how you replay conversations, scan every expression, over-explain, apologize twice, and still go to bed rehearsing what you might have done wrong. I know the pressure behind your eyes from nights that refuse to let you rest. I know how you fear disappointing people and disappointing me at the same time, how you keep performing strong while your hands shake inside your pockets. I know the moments you open your Bible and your eyes blur, not from boredom but from a fog that makes the words feel far away. I know the prayers that never formed into sentences, the breath you let out in the car, the wordless ache at the sink, the "Lord, please" whispered into your pillow. I counted them all. I kept them all. I have numbered your sleepless nights and held your weary mornings. When you felt spiritually numb and still reached for me, I felt that reach. When you thought, maybe I don't feel anything because he has moved on, I was nearer than your breath. My attention did not drift. My love did not loosen. I am not tired of you. Listen to me. The way you have survived, by shrinking, by going quiet, by shouldering it alone, felt like strength, but it has been draining the very strength you need. Silence can be holy when it is the silence of surrender, the stillness where I speak and you rest in my arms. But silence becomes a snare when it replaces prayer. Silence becomes a cage when it replaces counsel. Silence becomes isolation when it replaces honest confession and trusted support. You have mistaken hiding for healing. You have mistaken holding it in for holding on to me. I am not calling you to collapse. I am calling you to come out of the secrecy that has been suffocating your faith. My beloved, I have been with you in every hidden place. I saw you pause on the stair, gripping the handrail because your knees trembled out of nowhere. I saw you keep the lights low because brightness felt like too much. I saw you delay returning texts because you had no more words. I saw you flinch at the email from an unknown sender. Brace yourself before opening a bill. Check the door locks twice because your mind was searching for danger to match the fear it felt. I saw the small, faithful decisions too. The way you turned a sigh into "Help me, Jesus." The way you forgave when no one apologized. The way you chose to get up today. Those were not small to me. Heaven wrote them down. This warning comes to you precisely because I have seen the forming of what others cannot see. Thought patterns are carving ruts that your mind falls into without asking your permission. Catastrophe rehearsals, self-accusations, stories about your worth that do not come from me. Agreements have been made quietly in the dark. I guess this is just who I am now. I guess joy is for other people. I guess I should expect loss. My child, those are not truths. They are traps. Doors have been left barely open. Tiny permissions you gave to fear, to bitterness, to comparison, to secret numbing habits that promise relief, but bill you later with shame. The enemy studies pressure points. He has watched what tightens your chest, what steals your focus, what sends you to scrolling instead of seeking. He pushes there because it works. I have come to expose it because I love you. You say, "But Lord, I didn't mean to agree with fear." I know. Agreements rarely shout. They whisper. They enter through repetition and exhaustion, through the sentence you spoke over yourself 3 times in 1 week, through the thought you never challenged because you were too tired to fight it. Here is my mercy. What was formed in the dark can be broken in the light. What grew in secrecy dies when you bring it to me. What fed on your isolation starves when you open your mouth in prayer and your life to wise, godly help. This is why I am pressing you now. Do not confuse the urgency of my voice with anger. It is rescue. I am reaching into the machinery of your days to pull the power cord on what has been draining you unnoticed. I have not misread your capacity. I know how much you carry. I know the exact night you said, "If one more thing goes wrong," and then pretended you hadn't said it because you didn't want to prophesy doom over your own life. I heard it. I also heard you at 2 a.m. when you said, "God, don't let me harden, don't let me quit." That prayer was a door you opened to me, and I have walked through it. I have surrounded you even when you could not feel it. I have shut what would have shattered you. I have delayed what would have devoured you. I am not here to scold your weakness. I am here to strengthen your frame. So let me say it plainly. Your hidden tears are the reason this message found you. Your private pain called for a public intervention from heaven. I am placing my hand on your shoulder now and naming what has been true beneath the surface so that it loses power in the light. You will not be swallowed by anxiety. You will not live at the mercy of dread. You will not be defined by numbness. You are mine. and I am bringing you out of the quiet that has been killing you. Stay with me. In the next breath, I will uncover the scheme that has been targeting your stamina and your voice. I will show you why the enemy has fought to keep you tired, isolated, and quiet, and I will give you the steps that pull the plug on his plan. For now, receive this. I saw it all. I see you now, and I will not let you fight unseen battles with unseen help only. I am putting words in your mouth, light on your path, and strength in your bones. Breathe. Lift your chin. The warning is not a sentence. It is a door. Walk with me through it. My child, now listen carefully. This is the warning. I am shining a light into what has stalked you in the shadows. The enemy wants you tired, isolated, and quiet. He cannot craft your destiny, but he will try to drain your strength before you reach it. He cannot remove my love from you, but he will fight to numb you until you no longer reach for it. His aim is simple: wear you down in silence until you stop praying, stop trusting, and stop obeying. This is not merely about circumstances. This is a war over your focus, your identity, your hope, and your obedience. Your focus, because what you gaze upon shapes your steps. Your identity, because if he can convince you that you are abandoned, ashamed, or unworthy, you will act like it. Your hope, because when hope thins, choices shrink into survival. Your obedience, because heaven's answers that are appointed to meet you in motion require your yes, and delay is his favorite theft. He surrounds your mind with noise so that you miss the simple clarity of my voice. He scatters your attention so that what should be done now is always pushed to later, and later becomes never. Hear the pattern, because knowing it weakens it. Distraction, delay, confusion, fear, doubt, they march together like a chain around the soul. Distraction lures you with 100 small urgencies and 1,000 tiny scrolls, not evil in themselves, but dripping time from your hands like water from a cracked jar. Delay speaks with a soft tone. You have time. It's not that serious. You can address this when you feel stronger. Confusion swirls questions until you do not move at all. What if you're wrong? What if God is silent? What if people think you're dramatic? Fear paints pictures of outcomes that have not happened, while doubt whispers close to your ear, what if none of this changes? And in that chorus, the enemy waits for you to go quiet, to swallow your prayer, to carry your ache alone. This is why silent battles become dangerous when they remain unnamed. In secrecy, shame grows. In secrecy, coping replaces healing. In secrecy, your mind becomes a battleground without borders where any thought can invade and claim authority. When you leave the pain in the dark, it gains a voice, and it speaks lies in your own tone, so you trust it. I guess this is just me now. I guess God is tired of me. I guess I should expect disappointment. My child, those sentences sound like realism, but they are agreements forged in exhaustion. The enemy does not need your worship to wield influence. He wants your agreement. And many agreements are signed with a sigh and a silence. Let me expose his common tactics plainly. He replays your old wounds in high definition, adds commentary you never needed, and presses repeat until they feel like your identity. He amplifies regret, telling you that one decision disqualified you, that one season defines you forever. He twists my wise silence into abandonment, saying, "See, he is not answering. You must have failed." He floods your memory with moments of being overlooked and then convinces you to overlook yourself. He pushes secrecy over support. Don't tell anyone. Don't be a burden. They will not understand. So the very help you need feels like danger. He stirs busyness when it is time to pray, drowsiness when it is time to read, defensiveness when it is time to confess, cynicism when it is time to trust, and numbness when it is time to feel. He also targets your body to train your soul to bow to alarms. He fans the flutter in your chest and then builds a story around it. He nudges a night of poor rest into a week of unrest and says, "See, you are failing." He uses your phone as both comfort and cage, scrolling you away from the very presence that could heal you. He tells you to withdraw from community when disappointment hits, to stop answering messages, to skip the gathering that would have strengthened you. He suggests small compromises, harmless secrets, tiny entertainments that soothe but do not sanctify, numbing habits that promise relief but invoice you later with shame. In each small step, the volume of your spirit is turned down, and your life grows quieter around the wrong things. Understand the stakes. This is not to condemn you, it is to rescue you. If this battle is ignored, it hardens. Thought patterns carve paths so deep that your mind falls into them without asking your permission. Habits set like concrete and become your automatic responses. Relationships begin to fracture because withdrawal becomes your safety plan and suspicion becomes your lens. Your spiritual sensitivity dulls. What once moved you deeply barely stirs a ripple. You begin to mistake the absence of feeling for the absence of God. You begin to conflate exhaustion with wisdom, caution with discernment, isolation with maturity. And slowly, the fire that once burned becomes ember, then ash. But hear my heart. I am naming this not to shame you, but to shatter the illusion that it is not that serious. It is that serious because your destiny requires your voice, your prayers, your trust, your obedience. The enemy knows he cannot rip you from my hand, so he wants to persuade you to sit down inside it, mute, tired and unmoving, so that the assignments I designed for your hands are left untouched. He wants to keep you dizzy so you do not notice the door of opportunity I have opened. He wants you numb so you do not feel the nudge. He wants you late so you miss the right alignment and settle for whatever passes by next. My child, I am teaching you the sound of his steps, so you stop mistaking them for your own. When you hear the whisper later, recognize the trap. When you feel the urge to hide what hurts, recognize the snare. When your mind begins building catastrophes from shadows, recognize the lie. When you interpret my stillness as disinterest, correct the story. My silence, when I choose it, is never abandonment. It is often protection, pruning, or positioning. And when the sentence, "I am too much," rises like smoke around you, speak what is true. You are mine, and I delight to carry you. Look at what he never says to you. He never tells you to pray now. He never tells you to confess now. He never tells you to reach out now. He never tells you to obey now. He speaks later, 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 until your life is a string of missed nows. I am reversing that pattern. I am breathing courage into your now. I am placing steel in your spine and light in your mind to see the scheme and break agreement with it. So here is what I ask in this moment. Name the war. Call it what it is. Say it to me plainly. Refuse the lie that you must carry this in silence. Refuse the lie that you are being dramatic. Refuse the lie that you have time to postpone obedience without consequence. Certain doors do not stay open forever. There is a mercy window, and it is open over you now. Do not let distraction steal it. Do not let delay negotiate it away. Do not let confusion turn you in circles when my voice is straight. I am not angry with you. I am fiercely protective of you. I am not exposing you to the crowd. I am exposing a thief to its owner. I have stepped between you and what hunts you. I have sounded the alarm in heaven, and angels stand ready to strengthen you as you respond. Stay with me. Keep your heart awake. In the next breath, I will place my finger on the door you keep leaving, cracked, and show you how to close it. The battle has been to make you tired, isolated, and quiet. I am here to make you rested, connected, and loud with faith again. Obey me now in your heart. Jesus, I refuse the lie of later. This is rescue. This is love. This is your turning. My child, I am placing my finger on the door you keep leaving cracked. Agreements, that is the hinge. Not grand rebellions, not dramatic vows. Small agreements repeated in secret until they feel like the air you breathe. Spiritual warfare often advances through what you repeatedly believe, what you repeatedly speak, what you repeatedly accept as normal. The enemy cannot author your future, but he will try to edit your sentences. He cannot own your heart, but he will whisper until you lend him your mouth. He cannot change my plans, so he wages his pressure at the point of your agreement, because what you agree with is what you allow to build a house in your mind. Listen closely. Agreements do not announce themselves as contracts. They present as common sense, as that's just how it is for me. They creep in as everyday sentences that carry permission with them. I'm alone. I'm too far gone. Nothing will change. God won't answer me. This is just who I am. Each of these is a hand pushing that door open another inch. Each is a quiet nod to fear, to despair, to shame, to resignation. And with each nod, the enemy smiles, not because he has power over you, but because you have yielded permission to a lie. You say, "But Lord, I didn't mean to agree with darkness." I know, my beloved. That is why I am here gently but firmly, to show you how it happened. You repeated the pain until it sounded like identity. You rehearsed the disappointment until it sounded like prophecy. You labeled yourself by your lowest moment until it sounded like humility. You told yourself you were being realistic when you were actually reciting a story the enemy wrote. I am not here to scold. I am here to identify the leak and seal it. I am here to teach you the power I placed in your heart and in your mouth. Hear this principle, paraphrase. Life and direction follow what the heart holds and what the mouth confesses. What fills your heart overflows into your words, and your words place tracks under your feet. If your heart holds fear, your steps bend toward hiding. If your mouth repeats defeat, your days arrange themselves around it. But if your heart holds my truth and your mouth agrees with me, your feet find paths of peace, strength, and holy bravery. This is not mindless positivity. This is alignment with reality as I define it. So I ask you tender but pointed questions. What thought returns at night and sits on your chest like a weight? What sentence do you find yourself saying beneath your breath when things go wrong? Which fear do you feed with your attention? Which voice do you trust more than mine? The voice of anxiety, the voice of your past betrayer, the voice of a culture that calls numbness wisdom, or the voice of shame that sounds like you but does not come from me? Who taught you to expect loss as your portion? Who taught you to armor your heart with sarcasm and call it strength? Who persuaded you that honest hope is dangerous but quiet despair is safe? Name the agreements, because the door you leave cracked is the door you do not acknowledge. Say it with me now in your heart. I have been agreeing with I'm alone. I have been agreeing with I'm too much and I'm not enough. I have been agreeing with nothing changes, with prayer doesn't work for me, with this is who I am now. Do not fear the naming, fear the secrecy. What is named can be confronted. What is dragged into light loses the camouflage that let it move freely in your mind. Understand this, my child. Agreement is not identity. Agreement is a choice you made under pressure, and a choice can be unmade under my presence. You are not married to those sentences. You are not bound to that story. You have permission to repent, to renounce, to replace. Repentance is not humiliation. It is the turning of the doorknob the other way. It is you saying, I break partnership with that lie, and I choose truth. It is the holy reversal that closes what fear tried to pry open. Let me lead you in the inner work now. Quiet your heart. Breathe with me. Say with me, even softly where you are. Jesus, I revoke my agreement with I'm alone. You are with me. I revoke my agreement with I'm too far gone. Your mercy outruns my history. I revoke my agreement with nothing will change. You are the one who makes all things new. I revoke my agreement with God won't answer me. You have heard me, and you answer in wisdom and love. I revoke my agreement with this is just who I am. My identity is not my wound. It is your word over me. As you speak, feel the hinges shift. Feel the door come toward its frame. Every renunciation is me placing my hand on that door and pressing it closed. Now do not leave the space empty. Replace what you removed. Agreement broken must become agreement built. Say, I agree with your nearness. I agree with your goodness. I agree with your timing. I agree with your truth over my feelings. I agree that my mind can be renewed. I agree that my mouth will be a well of life. Make room in your heart for these sentences to live. Feed them with your attention. Water them with your repetition. This is the building of a new atmosphere within you. And hear me again, because hope must be louder than correction. The same mouth that agreed with fear can agree with me. The same mind that has been under attack can be renewed, retrained, reset. Your brain is not your enemy. It is clay in my hands. Your tongue is not doomed to curse. It is an instrument I can tune to blessing. Your habits can be bent toward holiness. Your reflexes can be reshaped by constant, honest alignment. Do not despise the process. Rejoice that the first step belongs to you and the power comes from me. Ask yourself this as you move forward. When fear knocks, what truth will I answer with? When shame speaks, what will I refuse to repeat? When delay whispers later, what obedience will I do now? When confusion clouds, what counsel will I seek instead of hiding? Who will I let speak into my life who carries my heart? And when the old sentences try to reclaim your tongue, will you consent or will you catch them at the gate and say, no entry, I agree with Jesus? My beloved, I am not demanding perfection. I am inviting alignment. The battle intensifies where fear gains agreement, but agreement can be broken the moment you align with my truth. Do not wait for your feelings to approve. Feelings follow formation. Do not wait to be unafraid. Courage is obedience in motion. Do not wait for a dramatic sensation. The kingdom is often as quiet as a decision repeated until it becomes your normal. Let this be your new normal. Wake and speak life. Encounter a spike of dread and answer with, Jesus is near, I am not alone. Face a hard email and say, I will not catastrophize. I will pray and respond with wisdom. Hear the taunt, nothing will change, and declare, God is already at work in what I cannot see. When you fail, refuse the agreement, I am failure. Say, I repent, I rise, I walk again. This is not pretending. This is partnering with me in truth. I am standing in your doorway, my hand on the handle. Together we are closing what was left cracked. Feel the click. Hear it in your spirit, the sound of a mercy door sealing shut against intrusion. As we do, another door opens, a door of peace, of clarity, of steady strength. Walk with me through it. I will teach you the cadence of a renewed mind and a true confession. And as you step, remember, you are not negotiating with shadows anymore. You are agreeing with your Maker. You are aligning with the one who cannot lie. Stay with me. The next thing I reveal will heal the story you told yourself about my silence and show you that even there, I was protecting and preparing you. My child, listen closely. This is where I heal the story you told yourself about my silence. You said, where were you? Why did you not answer the way I begged? When I begged. You measured love by volume and speed, and when my voice seemed still, You feared you were alone. Hear me. My silence was not absence. It was a shield, a classroom, a womb where something holy was forming. I withdrew noise so that your ear could learn my tone. I dimmed the lights so that roots could grow deep where eyes could not applaud them. You saw a closed door and called it rejection. I saw a hidden snare behind it and called it protection. You saw a delay and labeled it denial. I saw your frame, your future, and your fragility, and I stretched time to keep you from carrying a weight that would have fractured your trust. I am your father. I do not place crowns on unstrengthened necks. I do not send you into storms without teaching you where to anchor. I do not plant you in shallow soil and call it favor. I am not careless with you. Consider the wilderness I permitted, a season where familiar comforts were far and the sky felt empty. You felt lost, but I was training your appetite to hunger for me rather than the quick sweetness that fades. In that quiet desert, I taught you endurance. I taught you the difference between a voice and an echo. I taught you to follow presence rather than convenience. Those mornings when prayer felt like sand in your mouth, but you whispered my name anyway. That was strength being forged beneath your feelings. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. Consider the vine and the pruning you resented. You had branches that were leafy with activity, but not all of it would bear fruit that lasts. I cut back what stole sap. I severed a conversation here, a pattern there, a relationship that soothed your loneliness but starved your purpose. You cried out, "Why less?" when I was making room for more. Pruning stings, but it protects the harvest. It is mercy in advance. Consider the storms I allowed, winds that rattled you, waves that mocked your peace. You feared the boat would break. You feared I was sleeping, but I was with you, nearer than your breath, teaching you to trust my presence over your perception. You learned to speak to waves with me, to refuse panic's script, to stare at the dark and still choose, I will not drown. My Lord is in this boat. That sentence learned in wind is worth more than the calm you begged for, because it will carry you through waters still ahead. You asked, why am I still here? Why has the page not turned? Because, my beloved, I was building what you cannot photograph. I was strengthening what you cannot post. I was forming discernment, so that the next time a glittering counterfeit smiles at you, you will recognize the fracture in its foundation. I was shaping boundaries, so that love in you would be fierce and wise, able to say no without apology. I was deepening humility, so that success will not seduce you into forgetting who carried you. I was growing spiritual muscle, prayer that holds when the feeling evaporates, worship that rises when no one claps, resolve that does not rent its courage to public opinion. Most of all, I was loosening your grip on outcomes and fastening your heart to me. I refused to let your faith be married to a result. I called it to be married to my character. Behind what you can measure, I reordered your days. I adjusted the slope of your thinking so that fear would slide off more easily. I exposed idols you did not know you had, the idol of speed, the idol of applause, the idol of certainty. I rerouted you from alignments that looked efficient but were corrosive. I placed coincidences in your path that slowed your rush long enough for a trap to pass by. I let an application sit so that a threat you could not see would be removed before you walked into that room. I said no in places you would have loved to hear yes, because yes on that day would have stolen what you asked me for on a deeper day. You say, but Lord, it hurt. I know. Preparation often wears the costume of pain. Seeds split before they sprout. Muscles tear before they strengthen. Night lingers before morning proves it was always on schedule. I counted the tears you did not show anyone. I stood watch at the edge of your bed when you turned your face to the wall and whispered, "Don't let me harden." I answered that prayer by refusing to give you a comfort that would have numbed you into stone. I chose a comfort that taught you to be soft and strong at once. Do not misinterpret my method. I was not far. I was nearer than thought, threading purpose into your ordinary, placing scaffolding around your fragile places while you slept, assigning angels to guard the turns you did not know were coming. I hid you from certain eyes. I cloaked you from certain invitations. I wrapped your name in a quietness that felt like being overlooked, but it was actually being reserved. To be reserved is not to be rejected. It is to be kept for a table you have not reached yet. Now, hear me clearly. The season of preparation was not a holding cell. It was a holy school. Its diploma is not a piece of paper. It is the character now growing in you. It is the conscience more sensitive to my nudge. It is the courage to walk slowly when the crowd runs. It is the wisdom to ask better questions. It is the patience to plant again and again without cursing the field. It is the ability to recognize me when I whisper, not just when I thunder. What do you do with this? First, repent for the story you told about me that did not match my heart. Not to shame yourself, but to clear the fog between us. Say, I release the accusation that you abandoned me. I receive the truth that you were protecting and preparing me. Let gratitude rise for doors I closed. Thank me for the no's that hid you, for the slowness that saved you, for the pruning that preserved you. Gratitude is not denial of pain. It is alignment with reality as heaven sees it. Second, stop measuring my faithfulness by speed. Measure it by steadiness. Measure it by the way I kept you sane when your mind was loud. Measure it by the way your heart still reaches for me, even when it aches. Measure it by the boundaries you can finally hold. Measure it by the lies you can now spot in the first sentence. This is the fruit of preparation. Third, participate. Preparation is not passive. It invites your response. Surrender where you have been clutching control. Pray where you have been planning without me. Obey where you have been negotiating. Bring your schedule under my hand. Bring your habits to my altar. Bring your relationships into my light. Let me edit your calendar so that what formed in the silence is not smothered by noise. Let me appoint wise counsel beside you so that isolation does not return in religious clothing. Let me assign you simple, consistent obediences, small nows that open large tomorrows. Hear me. Dependence is your strength, not your shame. You do not graduate from me, you graduate into me. Preparation taught you to live by my voice, not by your adrenaline. Keep that lesson. When the opportunity you prayed for knocks, do not lose the rhythms that made you ready. Guard your mornings, guard your mouth, guard your atmosphere. Remember that success can be louder than struggle. Keep your ear trained on me. I am not late. I am exact. I am not indecisive. I am intentional. The window I am opening now meets the you that has been shaped for it. You are not the same person who first asked me for this. That is the point. I love you too much to give you a future that would devour you. I love you too much to confuse applause with anointing, momentum with maturity, busy with fruitful. I have prepared you for what you prayed for, and I have prepared what you prayed for to meet you without breaking you. So, my child, exhale, place your hand in mine again. Say with me, your silence was my shelter, your delays were my deliverance, your pruning was my protection. Let offense fall off your heart, let hope rise again, not a fragile optimism, but a grounded trust. We are moving forward, not as the frantic one you used to be, but as the formed one you are becoming. In the next step, I will call you out of the shadows of secrecy into the light that keeps you safe. Obey me quickly. The strength I built in the quiet will carry you as you speak, as you ask for help, as you stop fighting alone. I am with you. I have been with you, and what felt like distance was me, holding you in a wisdom deeper than your understanding. My child, now I call you out of the shadows. Stop fighting alone. Be still, breathe. Feel your shoulders drop beneath my hand. Let the performance of strength fall to the floor. You do not have to be impressive to be safe with me. You have to be honest. Choose honesty now. Say in your heart, I will not hide from you, Lord. I bring the real me into your light. Do not rehearse the polished version. Bring the raw. Bring what embarrasses you. Bring what you swore you would fix quietly on your own. I am not here to humiliate you. I am here to heal you. I am not here to expose you to the crowd. I am here to rescue you from the cage. Listen, darkness grows where things stay hidden. Healing accelerates where truth is spoken. Secrecy is soil for bondage. Light is oxygen for freedom. The enemy's favorite strategy is not always dramatic temptation. It is isolation that keeps you whispering pain only to yourself, bound by promises you made in shame like, I'll handle it if I just try harder. Hear me, trying harder alone is still alone. Obedience with me is different. This is your first act. Come into the light. How do you do this? Start here. Speak the struggle out loud to me, right now. Use simple words. Say, Jesus, this is what I am carrying. The anxiety that tightens my chest at night. The resentment I feed in the dark. The addiction I visit when I feel small. The secret messages, the numbing scroll that steals my hours. The fear that I will always be abandoned. The shame that names me unworthy. Do not sanitize. Do not rename sin as stress. Do not call compromise coping. Call it what it is, then hand it to me. Your mouth matters. When you confess truth to me, lies lose their grip. When you describe the wound accurately, I can cleanse it deeply. Do not be afraid of the sound of your own honesty. It is the sound of chains unlocking. Then write it down. Put ink on paper, date it, title it, what I am bringing into the light today. List the patterns, the triggers, the agreements we exposed. Beneath each, write, I surrender this to Jesus. I renounce my agreement with it. I choose your truth. Your page becomes an altar. Your handwriting becomes a testimony. When the night tries to rewrite your memory, you will hold in your hands the record of your turning. Next, ask for prayer. Choose one or two who carry my heart. Someone anchored, humble, discreet, a shepherd, a mentor, a friend who loves me more than they love your approval. Reach out within this day, not next week, not when I feel ready. Obedience is your protection, not your reward for feeling strong. Say to them plainly, I am bringing this battle into the light. Will you pray with me? Will you check on me? I want to walk in truth. The enemy roars at the thought of you doing this, because when 2 or 3 gather under my name, your isolation breaks. I will stand in the middle of that conversation with mercy and power. Seek wise counsel. Make an appointment with someone I have given to you for this very reason, a counselor filled with my wisdom, a leader who knows my ways, a seasoned believer who bears fruit that lasts. Sit across from them, breathe, and tell the truth you wrote. Let them ask the questions shame avoids. Let them help you build a plan that agrees with me. Alignment is not a feeling, it is a structure. You are not weak for needing this. You are wise. Remove triggers that intensify fear and feed secrecy. Walk through your life with me as your lamp. Which app pulls you into comparison and despair? Delete it. Which number in your phone invites you back to compromise? Block it. Which time of night opens the door to old patterns? Change your rhythms. Put your device in another room. Set an earlier bedtime. Stack your evening with holy habits. Which room in your home feels heavy with memories? Rearrange it. Open the windows. Play worship. Post your written surrender where your eyes will meet it. Which substances blur your boundaries? Pour them out. Which playlists spiral you downward? Replace them. Which websites you visit when bored? Seal the door. Filters, passwords with a trusted person, or the humility to say, I cannot go there. These are not theatrics. These are altar stones. This is spiritual warfare disguised as simple decisions. Understand me clearly. This is not a call to public oversharing. I am not asking you to scatter your story to strangers or to perform pain for attention. I am training you to refuse isolation, too holy for secrecy, too wise for spectacle. You are bringing your battle to me, and you are choosing safe hands that I point to. The light is not the world's gaze. The light is my presence and the circle I assign. In that light, the infection can be cleaned without wounding you further. In that light, your dignity remains covered even as your chains are cut. I know what you fear. You worry that if you speak, you will fall apart. If you write, you will relive it. If you ask for help, you will be a burden. Hear me. Falling apart in my hands is how you come together healed. Reliving to renounce is how you remove the sting. Being a burden to the wise is actually giving them the joy of bearing your weight with me. You were never designed to carry this alone. Even I, as your Lord who walked among you, moved in circles. 12:3:1. Learn my way. That trembling in your chest as you consider obeying, this is me confirming. That warmth on your skin, that ache in your throat, this is your soul climbing out of hiding. Obey while the door is open. Time is not your master, but procrastination is the enemy's favorite lullaby. Within this day, begin. Within this hour, speak to me out loud. Within the next sunrise, write. Within the next 2 days, ask for prayer and set your meeting. Heaven leans in when you schedule deliverance. As you step, expect resistance. Fear will hiss. You're overreacting. Pride will sneer. You can manage. Shame will accuse. They will think less of you. Answer each with truth. Say, I am not overreacting. I am obeying. I cannot manage. I am surrendering. If they think less of me, God thinks covenant over me. I will cover you. I will give you words. I will place in your helpers the tenderness and firmness you need. And if one fails you, I will lead you to another. Do not let one human flaw send you back to a cave I died to open. Now lift your face. Breathe again. Feel the air change as honesty fills the room. This is the sound of chains losing their music. This is the strength you asked me for, wrapped in humility. The silent battle breaks when you stop hiding it and bring it into my light through honest surrender and wise support. This is not a detour, it is the doorway. From here, I will give you specific protection for this season. How to build the wall around your mind, your mouth, your home, your relationships, and your choices, so that what we expose cannot simply creep back in. I will teach you how to guard what I am healing, how to keep your atmosphere nourished with truth, how to let your words plant life, how to make your home a refuge, and how to choose alignments that reinforce freedom. But first things first. My beloved, step into the light. Say it out loud. Write it down. Ask for prayer. Seek counsel. Remove the triggers. I am with you in every step, closer than your breath, rejoicing over your yes as heaven begins to build a hedge around your new beginning. My child, now we build. We do not leave a field exposed after we have driven thieves from it. We set a hedge. We raise a wall, not of stone, but of choices, not of fear, but of wisdom. Hear me. The battle you have brought into the light mustn't be allowed to feed itself again. That is why I am warning you and giving you a plan. Guard your mind. Guard your mouth. Guard your atmosphere. Guard your alignments. This is love as architecture. Begin with your mind. Your mind is a garden. What you rehearse grows. The enemy's favorite weed is the endless what if. Catastrophe rehearsed as devotion. When the spiral begins, when your chest tightens and the future runs like wild horses, interrupt it. Say out loud, Jesus, I bring this thought under your rule. Breathe slowly. Name the trigger. I was scrolling late. I read that message. I felt alone. When you name the doorway, you can close it. Then replace the spiral with prayer, not analysis. Pray simply, be my wisdom, be my peace, be my guard. You do not win spirals by thinking harder. You win them by shifting focus. Lift your eyes to me. Let your prayer be the hand that turns your chin from the storm to my face. Interrupt catastrophic thoughts with truth statements centered on who I am, not on perfect outcomes. Say, even if I cannot see the path, you will guide me. Even if I feel weak, your strength is present. Even if today is heavy, your mercy meets me here. These are not spells to control tomorrow. They are alignments with my character that steady you today. Add gratitude to the interruption. Speak 3 mercies you can name right now. Breath, shelter, one person who loves you, the fact that you are willing to obey. Gratitude is a plow that breaks the soil where fear was trying to root. Set practical sentries at the gates of your mind. Establish sacred windows in your day when your mind belongs to me without interruption. A few minutes in the morning to sit, breathe, and invite me to order your thoughts. A midday pause to release stress. A nightly exam where you review your day with me. Release what you carried and bless your sleep under my watch. When you notice the same lie returning, I am always abandoned, I am failing, I cannot change. Answer it with my truth, concise and steady. I am with you. I am teaching you. I am making all things new in you. Repeat until your nervous system learns the sound of hope again. Now your mouth, your tongue is a gate. What you speak over your life plants seeds, and seeds do not ask your permission to grow, they obey your words. Stop prophesying defeat over yourself. Stop narrating doom as if it were discernment. Stop saying, I always mess up. Nothing ever works for me. This is just who I am. That is not humility. It is agreement with a prison. Do not rent your mouth to the enemy to rehearse a future I did not write. Speak in a way that agrees with my heart. Try this. I am learning. I am held. I am guarded. I am being guided step by step. God is working even when I cannot measure it. My decisions are aligning with His wisdom. These are declarations of faith that plant endurance, not guarantees of ease that set you up for offense. Bless your own name in my presence. Say, Father, thank you for the way you made me, my capacity to love, my hunger for truth, my resilience after storms. Cancel careless curses you have spoken over your body, your mind, your future. Say, I renounce every word of self-contempt. I choose words that match your love, and speak life over the people around you. Catch yourself when you rehearse their failures as identity. Replace it with intercession. Lord, strengthen them, lead them. Your home changes when your mouth shifts from complaint to blessing. Guard your atmosphere. Starve the battle. Remove what feeds fear, the late-night doom loops that pour anxiety into your spirit, the endless scroll that tightens your chest, the conversations that gossip under the disguise of processing, the foods, drinks, or screens that blur your boundaries. Give your nights back to me. Set a curfew for your devices. Put them to sleep in another room. Replace the last hour of noise with quiet worship and gentle light. Read slowly, lines that breathe of my ways. Meditate on truths that anchor. I shepherd you and lead you into peace. I renew your mind with my word. I am near to the broken and lift the weary. Let these themes roll through you like a river. Rest your eyes. Invite me into your sleep. Rearrange the physical space where you dwell. Open windows. Let light come in. Remove objects that tie you to compromise. Frame your written surrender where your eyes will find it. Play worship softly as you prepare meals, as you dress for the day. Keep a small corner for prayer, chair, candle, journal, a reminder that this home is a refuge. Purge voices that argue with hope. Replace them with testimonies that stoke faith. Your atmosphere is not neutral. It either agrees with your freedom or with your fear. Choose freedom. Now, relationships. Not everyone should carry equal access to your heart in this season. Some voices drain your faith with a smile. Some relationships soothe your loneliness while strangling your obedience. Discern. Ask me plainly, who strengthens my yes to you? Who weakens it? Listen, where I highlight danger, set boundaries without apology, reduce access, protect your core, bless from a distance those who cannot walk with you wisely. You are not rejecting people. You are stewarding your soul. Choose to walk closely with the few who love me above comfort, people who will remind you who you are when you forget, who will call you back when your steps wander, who will celebrate obedience over convenience. Invite accountability that is both tender and firm. Say to them, ask me about my rhythms, ask me about the triggers I am removing, ask me if my words are aligning with God's heart. This is not control, it is companionship in war. Even I moved with 3 and 12. Learn from me. Carry 1 or 2 in prayer daily. Send messages of encouragement. Build a community where truth is normal and secrecy cannot breathe. Now take on a spiritual posture that becomes your daily rhythm. Submit, resist, rest. In the morning, submit. Kneel in your heart and say, Jesus, I yield my mind, my mouth, my plans. Lead me. Present your day like an open hand. Ask for wisdom for the meetings, the errands, the unexpected. Invite me to rule your schedule and your tone. At midday, resist. When fear, temptation, or heaviness try to flood back, stand and say, no, not today. I belong to Jesus. Turn off the screen that pulls you off center. Step outside. Breathe my name. Push back gently but firmly. In the evening, rest. Review your day with me. What sparked joy? What strained your patience? Where you obeyed? Where you hesitated? Release it all into my hands. Forgive quickly. Bless your sleep. Trust that I work as you rest. This pattern is simple by design. Holiness is often the sum of small obediences repeated. Do not wait to feel heroic. Lay bricks. 1 honest thought surrendered. 1 reckless sentence replaced with blessing. 1 quiet hour guarded. 1 phone number blocked. 1 prayer spoken. 1 boundary held. 1 song of worship played when the house is still. These bricks become a wall. Angels take their posts atop it. The wind will still blow, but your house will hold because its beams are fastened to me. Listen to me. Do not delay. Begin today. Walk through your rooms and choose what stays. Walk through your contacts and choose who speaks. Walk through your habits and choose what feeds life. What we are building is not brittle, it is resilient. The enemy will test your gates, but he will find them shut. He will whisper old scripts, but they will sound wrong in this new air. He will try to starve you of joy, but you will have stored truth like grain. As you guard your mind, your mouth, and your atmosphere, you will notice the battle changing shape. Panic will lose its surprise. Shame will struggle to find you in the open. Confusion will be answered by peace that makes no sense to the watching world. This is not because you have become perfect. It is because you are walking covered. My presence will be your climate. My word will be your weather. My wisdom will be your architecture. I am not asking you to build alone. I am the wall behind the wall. I, your Lord and your Redeemer, place my name upon your gates. As you obey quickly, I strengthen your hands. As you keep watch, I watch over you. Guard your mind, guard your mouth, guard your atmosphere, guard your alignments. This is the plan love gives. Do it now, and the battle that fed on your silence will starve in the light. My child, this is the turning point. Do not miss it. The air around you has changed. The pattern has been exposed. The wall is being raised, and now the hinge swings. Hear me. Breakthrough begins the moment you obey quickly, not when you fully understand, not when you feel brave, not when you have perfect conditions. It begins when you answer me now. Understand what I mean by urgency. I am not stirring panic in you. I am awakening priority in you. Panic spins you into chaos. Priority steadies your steps. Panic shouts, do something, anything. Priority whispers, do this one thing I am showing you now. Urgency, as I give it, is love moving you before the enemy rebuilds his scaffolding. Quick obedience closes access points. When you seal the crack, drafts stop. When you shut the window, the storm loses its entry. The enemy feeds on delays. He lives on the seconds between your conviction and your action. Shorten that space and his grip weakens. There is a window open before you. Do you feel it? Not a window of hype, but a window of holy timing, a softness in your heart, a clarity in your mind, a strength in your will that I have provided for this hour. There are moments when peace is easier to choose because I am highlighting it. Moments when reconciliation is possible because humility is ripe on both sides. Moments when deliverance is at hand because light has already exposed the chains and the key is in your palm. Moments when clarity is near because distraction has been named and removed. Move when I highlight. Sail when the wind is with you. Sow when the soil is broken open. If you wait until another day out of comfort, pride, or fear, you will find the conditions different, not impossible, but heavier. Do not confuse my love with endless convenience. Windows have hinges, and hinges do not hold forever. You know the pattern that starved your strength. I'll pray later. Later became never. I'll forgive later. Later became bitterness with roots you tripped over in the dark. I'll stop that habit later. Later became grooves worn into your days like ruts in a road. I'll reach out later. Later became isolation so familiar it felt like home. Hear me. Later is a net with holes so wide your freedom falls through. Later is the lullaby the enemy sings when he cannot defeat you openly. He does not need to stop you if he can slow you. He does not need to steal if you leave the door ajar for him to visit at night. You say, Lord, why act now? Because your heart is tender right now. Because my presence is resting on you right now. Because the angels assigned to help you are at their posts right now. Because the door you need to close is visible right now. Because the conversation you need to have is ready right now. Because the apology, the delete, the cancel, the text, the appointment, the boundary, each has grace sitting on it right now. Later, you will still be loved, but you may be dragging what you could have laid down today. Choose with me. Choose surrender over control. You have forecasted every outcome until you exhausted yourself. You rehearsed every what if as if fear were a prophet. Hand me the map. Say it. I choose surrender over control. Choose faith over forecasting. You do not need a spreadsheet for the next step when I am the shepherd who sees around corners. Say it. I choose faith over forecasting. Choose obedience over comfort. This is not punishment. This is protection. Comfort has kept you in circles. Obedience is your exit. Say it. I choose obedience over comfort. Let these sentences be the key that turns in the lock. I stand on the other side with the door wide. Do not despise small, swift steps. Quick obedience may look like 3 minutes of honest prayer when you feel numb. It may look like deleting the app you run to at midnight. It may look like pouring out what weakens your will. It may look like sending the message, "I forgive you, I release this." It may look like scheduling the counsel and putting it on the calendar before the tremble fades. It may look like clearing a debt, confessing a compromise, returning what you took, setting an earlier bedtime, changing your route home so you do not pass the place where temptation waits. The size of the step does not determine its power. Your yes does. Heaven moves on the sound of your yes. You fear making the wrong move. Hear me, better a trembling yes under my hand than a polished delay in your own wisdom. I can redirect a moving heart. I will not condemn a sincere misstep. Obedience is not a riddle I set to trap you. It is a road I walk with you. If you veer, I will tap your shoulder and guide you back. But I cannot steer what will not start. Start and watch how grace meets you mid-step. The waters part while your feet are moving, not while you stand calculating the depth from the shore. You also fear the cost. You think, if I forgive, I lose leverage. If I confess, I lose dignity. If I set a boundary, I lose people. If I delete, I lose escape. Hear my truth. What you lose in fear, you gain in freedom. When you release leverage, you receive peace. When you confess, shame breaks and dignity returns crowned. When you set a boundary, your soul stops bleeding at the edges. When you delete the escape, your courage returns home. Obedience is not subtraction. It is exchange. Your panic for my peace, your guessing for my wisdom, your striving for my grace. This is how the battle shifts. The moment you act on the light you have, darkness loses the legal ground it argued from. The lie that held power at 2 a.m. suddenly cannot find you because you are not in that room anymore. You shut the window, you moved the chair, you changed the hour, you called a friend, you prayed out loud. The appetite that roared like a lion now sounds like a mewling shadow because you cut off its food. The heaviness that sat on your chest lifts, not because the world changed, but because your posture under me changed. Now listen for my nudge in this very moment. What is the one act I am highlighting right now? Do not make a list to delay. Choose one. Do it. If it is a message, write it. If it is an account to close, close it. If it is an apology, speak it. If it is an item to remove, get up and remove it. If it is scheduling help, open your calendar and set it. If it is forgiving, whisper their name and release them before me. If it is blessing your own life, put your hand on your heart and declare what I have taught you to say. Move while grace is warm. I do not call you to obey and then leave you to manufacture strength. I, Jesus, your Lord, your Creator, your Redeemer, supply what I command. As you step, I give you peace that steadies your breath. As you choose, I give you wisdom that clarifies the next path. As you carry, I give you grace that lifts with you so the weight becomes light. You are not performing for me, you are partnering with me. My spirit within you is the strength you feel rising even now, the calm entering your ribs, the boldness surprising your tongue. And if resistance rises after you act, do not interpret the pushback as failure. It is simply proof that something shifted. Hold your ground. Return to the wall we built, mind guarded, mouth aligned, atmosphere protected, alignments wise. Keep your yes fresh. Obedience is not a single flame, it is a steady fire tended daily. But hear me, today's quick yes is the spark that ignites the hearth. The room will warm, the house will hold. The battle will find no doorway to feed on. Do not delay, my child. This is the turning point. Answer me with your yes while the window stands open. Choose surrender over control. Choose faith over forecasting. Choose obedience over comfort. As you do, the tide of this battle will turn beneath your feet. You will feel it, you will know it, and you will walk forward covered by peace, guided by wisdom, carried by grace into the restoration I am already preparing for you. My child, hear me now. I am not only warning you, I am restoring you. The hidden war that stalked you in the dark rooms and quiet hours will not write your story. I, Jesus, your Lord, your Creator, your Redeemer, have stepped into this moment to recover what the silence tried to siphon from your life. I have seen exactly where the thief reached. I have recorded every loss, and I am dealing with it as your rescuer and your restorer. I am restoring your sleep, the hours that turned into restless watches, the jolts awake with dread in your chest, the ceiling you counted like a judge of your failures. Watch me quiet your body. I place my peace upon your nervous system. Feel your breath lengthen. Feel your shoulders lower. Feel your jaw unclench. This is not imagination. This is my nearness settling your storms. Tonight, when darkness comes, you will not enter it alone or unguarded. Ask me to hold your mind, and I will. Ask me to guard your dreams, and I will. Where fear rehearsed disaster, I will write rest. I am restoring your confidence. Not arrogance, not a show. Holy confidence that comes from being held by someone stronger than every accusation. Where you began to avoid rooms, conversations, and opportunities because shame hissed, "You are not enough. I am clothing you in courage." Hear me. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are not beyond mercy. You are mine. Belonging overrides shame. Even the parts you hide out of exhaustion or fear. Still I call you my beloved child. Walk with your head lifted, not because you never fell, but because I am lifting you now. I am restoring your joy. Not a frantic smile, but a steady gladness that bubbles up in ordinary moments. It will surprise you, a laugh while you wash dishes, a lightness walking down a hallway you used to dread. The enemy tried to drain your delight with 1,000 small leaks, comparisons, anxieties, secret agreements that you would always be this tired. I am sealing those leaks and filling you again. Joy will become your strength, not because life becomes a performance of happiness, but because my presence becomes the climate in which you live. I am restoring your purity. The war tried to smear your vision, to tangle your desires, to tell you that compromise is your name. No, I cleanse, I reorient, I give you a new appetite. Where the late-night pull felt inevitable, I am replacing it with clean hunger for what leads you into life. Truth, tenderness, worship, honest connection. Do not stare backward rehearsing guilt. Fix your eyes forward and agree with me. You are not a failure in progress. You are a son, a daughter, being made whole. I separate you from shame and give you new boundaries that fit like gentle armor. I am restoring your relationships. Some bridges will be rebuilt with humility and patience, step by step, board by board, apologies offered, forgiveness released, safe trust earned in time. Some connections I will bless from a distance to protect your obedience. And some new companions I am sending, voices who pull you toward me, not away. Invite me into every conversation. When you do, I will place wisdom on your tongue and gentleness in your tone. I will teach you how to love without losing yourself, how to set boundaries without hardening your heart. I am restoring your purpose. Where you shelved dreams because you grew tired of disappointment, I breathe on them again. Where confusion fogged your calling, I bring clarity, one step, then another. I will not hand you 100 instructions. I will give you the next faithful yes. As you obey, doors you could not pry open will unlock because they were never meant to yield to force, only to my timing. I redeem wasted seasons. Nothing is beyond my ability to weave into destiny when placed in my hands. I am restoring your hope, not a fragile wish that wilts in heat, but a sturdy expectation anchored in who I am. I remove the cynicism that dressed itself as wisdom. I untie the knot in your chest that whispered, why try again? Because I am here, that is why. Because I am good, that is why. Because I finish what I begin, that is why. Hope will not make you naive. It will make you resilient. It will keep you from building monuments to your pain and call you to build altars of remembrance to my faithfulness. I am restoring your spiritual sensitivity, the dullness that made prayer feel like speaking into an empty room. Watch it lift. I am tuning your ears to my whisper, softening your heart to feel my nudge, clearing your sight to notice the small signs I leave like breadcrumbs of mercy. You will sense when to pause and when to move, when to speak and when to be silent, when to war and when to rest. The static of distraction is being reduced. The channel of my voice is becoming clearer as you guard your gates. Listen to me. Restoration has a rhythm. Some parts I restore immediately, others I rebuild intentionally. Right now I am giving you peace. That is immediate. Breathe it in. Right now I am calming your body. That is immediate. Notice it. But relationships mended with humility, systems reordered with wisdom, finances aligned with stewardship, patterns replaced with healthy habits. These I grow in you day by day. Do not mistake process for neglect. Gardens do not ripen in an hour, bones do not knit in a minute, and houses do not rise in a gust. Yet each day leaves unfurl, marrow strengthens, beams are set. Your life is becoming sturdy under my hand. You will feel the difference. Panic replaced with peace. Confusion replaced with clarity. Dread replaced with courage. This is the healing sequence I am working in you. I am touching the fear that sits in your stomach and speaking to it. Be still. I am touching the fog in your mind and saying, clear. I am touching the heaviness on your shoulders and declaring, lift. When you wake and the old weight tries to return, do what we have learned. Come into the light quickly. Guard your thoughts. Align your words. Protect your atmosphere. Invite wise voices. Your cooperation is not earning my love. It is receiving my healing. Identity first. Hear it again until it writes itself into your bones. You are mine. Still mine when you are trembling. Still mine when you are tired. Still mine when you are ashamed. Still mine when you are standing up again for the 10th time. My name over you is not revoked by your weakness. I am not embarrassed to be associated with you. I chose you, knowing your valleys and your victories. When I look at you, I do not see a project. I see a child I love, a story I am writing, a testimony that will set captives free. Now open your hands. Say this to me from your heart. I agree with your restoration. Let your body agree. Uncross your arms, breathe slowly, lower your shoulders. Release the tight grip you had on outcomes and take hold of me. If something rises to accuse you, answer it with belonging. Say, I am loved, I am forgiven, I am being made new. If fear says, what if it does not last? Answer with obedience. Say, I will keep saying yes, one step at a time. This is how restoration becomes your new normal. Agreement followed by simple, steady acts. Expect to notice small evidences. Tonight, sleep catches you earlier. Tomorrow, a decision that once paralyzed you takes minutes, not days. A conversation you feared becomes honest and measured. A temptation that used to roar now whimpers at a closed door. A moment of worship moves you when you thought you were numb. Do not dismiss these as trivial. They are first fruits of a harvest I have already appointed. And where you do not yet see change, do not plant despair, plant trust. Say, Jesus, I put this portion of my life on your workbench. Continue what you began. I will. I never begin what I do not intend to finish. You will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living, not merely at the end of all things, but in the unfolding of your days as you walk with me. Stay with me to the end of this message. We will seal this warning and this promise together in a covenant prayer. Do not rush away from the moment I have made holy. Prepare your heart now. Choose a simple act that marks your agreement. Write your yes where your eyes will see it. Remove one item that fed the battle. Send one message that brings light, or place your hand over your heart and whisper, I am yours, and I receive your restoration. This is not ceremony for show. It is alignment that makes room for me to complete the work I have begun. My child, I am restoring what the silent battle tried to steal. Your sleep, your confidence, your joy, your purity, your relationships, your purpose, your hope, your sensitivity to my spirit. I am making you whole. Hold my hand. Keep your yes fresh. The next words you will speak in prayer will fasten these promises to your life, like anchors in deep water. Stay, breathe, receive. I am here, and I am making all things new in you. My child, stay with me. Do not rush this holy ground. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe slowly, in and out. Let your shoulders release. Let your jaw unclench. Let your mind come into the room. This is the moment where warning becomes power, where promise becomes anchor, where your yes is sealed as covenant. I am here, Jesus, your Lord, your Creator, your Redeemer, closer than your breath. Heaven leans in. This is not performance. This is surrender. I will lead you. Speak to me. If you can, speak out loud in a whisper. If you cannot, speak from your heart and let your body agree with me. Pray with me now. Jesus, I come into your light. I step out of hiding. I bring you my silent battle. I refuse to carry it alone. I place it in your hands. Now confess with me what has been true, without shame, without decoration. You are not informing me, you are aligning with me. Say, I confess my fear. I confess the anxiety that kept me in cycles. I confess the agreements I made with lies. I confess that I said later when you asked for now. I confess that I tried to control what only you could carry. I confess where I numbed my pain instead of bringing it into your light. I confess where I allowed bitterness to root and words to wound. I confess where I opened doors that fed the battle. Have mercy on me, Jesus. Wash me, cleanse me. Renew a right spirit within me. Now we break the terms that gave the battle its access. Say, in your name, Jesus. I renounce every lie I believed. I renounce the lie that I am alone. I renounce the lie that I am beyond help. I renounce the lie that I will always be this way. I renounce the lie that later is safer than obedience. I renounce the lie that shame is my identity. I renounce the lie that despair is wisdom. I renounce isolation, confusion, and compromise. I break agreement with fear. I break agreement with self-sabotage. I break agreement with secret vows that said, no one will ever know. I align with your truth. I am yours. I am forgiven. I am being made new. Your truth is my covering. If there is someone you need to forgive, let their name come to your tongue. If you need to ask forgiveness, let humility meet you. Pray. Jesus, I forgive those who wounded me. I release them from my judgment and place them in your hands. I choose freedom over leverage. I choose peace over payback. Heal the places in me that bitterness guarded, and where I have wounded others, I ask for your forgiveness. Give me grace to make it right, to apologize without excuses, to repair with patience. Cleanse my heart, mend my words, reorder my ways. Now receive. Open your hands. Lower your shoulders again. Invite my peace. I am giving it freely. Say, Jesus, I receive your peace. Place your hand upon my mind. Quiet the storms, silence the loops, untie the knots. I receive your rest in my body. I receive your calm in my chest. I receive your clarity in my thoughts. I receive your love where fear used to live. Let your presence fill the rooms that dread used to occupy in me. Ask for protection, specific, tangible, daily. Pray with faith. Jesus, set your protection over my sleep. Stand watch over my nights. Surround my bed with your peace. Guard my dreams. Cleanse my subconscious. Remove night terrors and unrest. Let my nights become altars of rest and renewal. Guard my mind. Place your truth at the gate of my thoughts. Expose and refuse every lie before it enters. Give me a sound mind, steady and clear. Make me quick to notice what does not belong and quicker to replace it with what is true, honorable, and life-giving. Guard my home. Saturate every room with your presence. Drive out unrest. Sanctify the atmosphere, what is watched, what is played, what is spoken. Let my doors be doors of peace. Let my table be a place of honest joy. Let my devices and screens be cleansed and ordered under your wisdom. Close what feeds darkness, open what cultivates light. Guard my decisions, order my steps, make red flags visible to me. Sharpen my discernment so I sense your pause and your go. Give me boldness to act when you say act, and patience to wait when you say wait. Make my yes clean and my no firm. Guard my relationships. Separate me from alignments that drain my obedience. Draw me into connections that protect my purity and call me to truth. Give me wisdom, gentleness, and boundaries that honor you. Heal what can be healed. Bless what must be blessed from a distance, and send companions who strengthen what you are building in me. Now ask for discernment that reads this hour rightly and wisdom for your next faithful step. Pray, Jesus, give me wisdom for my next step. Not 100 steps, just the next one. Illuminate the path beneath my feet. Speak to me in a way I cannot miss. Confirm through your peace, through wise counsel, through doors you open and doors you close. Keep me from rushing ahead. Keep me from shrinking back. Teach me to move with you. Ask for holy strength, pray. Jesus, give me strength for immediate obedience. Give me holy urgency without panic. Give me courage to act quickly when you nudge me. Let me feel the grace on the moment and move with it. Keep my yes fresh daily. Let my obedience be steady fire, not a flash and a fade. Where I am weak, be my strength. Where I am unsure, be my wisdom. Where I am tired, be my rest. Now seal a simple vow, not a performance, but a pledge rooted in love. Speak it slowly, line by line. I will not fight in silence. I will bring this battle into your light daily. I will obey quickly when you speak. I will guard my mind, my mouth, and my atmosphere. I will seek wise support and walk with the people you send. I will choose surrender over control, faith over forecasting, obedience over comfort. My life belongs to you, Jesus. My yes belongs to you. Let this commitment move from words to embodiment. Breathe again, deep and slow. Feel the steadiness rising because I am here. Now ask me to place my seal upon your heart. Pray, Jesus, seal this covenant in me. Write it on my mind. Anchor it in my heart. Let the Holy Spirit remind me when I drift, realign me when I veer, uphold me when I stand. Let the fruit of this moment spread through my days, peace, clarity, courage. Let tonight prove your protection. Let tomorrow reveal your wisdom. Let each decision honor this yes. Now I will speak over you as you have prayed. My child, I heard every word. I accept your confession. I receive your surrender. I honor your forgiveness. I break the power of the lies you renounced. I place my peace upon you like a mantle. I assign my angels concerning you. I hedge you in before and behind. I steady your heart. I sharpen your discernment. I strengthen your will to obey. I am sealing your nights, guarding your home, guiding your decisions, aligning your relationships. This covenant is not fragile. It is held by my faithfulness. Place your hand over your heart once more and respond to me. Jesus, I am yours. I trust you. I will walk with you. Remind me each day to come into your light quickly. Teach me to live from this covenant, not from my fear. Make me attentive to your whispers and brave in my obedience. If you feel led, mark this moment so you remember it. Write a simple line where your eyes will see it. I said yes, and I will not fight in silence. If you need the family of faith to stand with you, share a short line of agreement or a prayer request below. Let it be your testimony and an open door for support. You are not alone, and you do not have to carry this in secret. Now, we close together. Speak this final amen with the weight of your trust. Jesus, thank you for warning me in love. Thank you for seeing my hidden battle. Thank you for restoring what was stolen. Thank you for teaching me to obey quickly. I give you my nights, my mind, my home, my decisions, and my relationships. I will not fight in silence. I will bring this to you daily. I will obey quickly. Seal this in me by your Spirit. Keep me in your peace. Lead me in your wisdom. Guard me by your presence. I belong to you. Amen. Stay for a breath longer. Receive the quiet. This is the last amen of this moment, but it is the first amen of a new rhythm. Walk from here covered, guided, and strengthened. I am with you, and I will finish what I began.